What if this secret to inner peace wasn't about winning some big internal battle, but about realizing there's no battle to fight in the first place? Today, we're going to explore the incredibly simple yet profound teachings of Sri Bhagavat-aya and how they point the way to finding freedom from that struggle inside our own minds.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. Have you ever really stopped to think about how much energy we spend fighting our own feelings? I mean, that constant, exhausting war we wage against anxiety, regret, or maybe just a fleeting moment of embarrassment. We're kind of taught that this is a battle we absolutely have to win to be happy. But what if the battle itself is the real problem?
Here's a perfect example from the source material. So a phone rings in a meeting, a really small external event, right? But for this manager, it created this massive internal storm. He couldn't sleep for days. Now why? It wasn't because of the phone, it was because he fought the feeling of shame. He wrestled with it, he analyzed it, he replayed it, and in doing all that, he basically chained himself to it.
And that manager's sleepless nights? Well, they're a perfect window into our first big idea here, the endless inner battle. It's a conflict that feels so deeply personal, but as we're about to see, it's something almost all of us experience.
This is the way we're all programmed to think, isn't it? We operate under this basic assumption that peace is something we have to achieve, that it's on the other side of this huge fight. If I can just conquer my anxiety, if I can just get rid of my anger, then I'll finally be okay. But here is the massive paradox. This whole strategy is precisely what fuels the struggle. The more you fight a feeling, the more real and powerful you make it. It's like trying to wrestle a shadow to the ground. Your own effort is what keeps the whole thing going.
So, if fighting our feelings is a totally flawed strategy, then what's the alternative? Well, the answer lies in this brilliant core concept, understanding that we live in two very, very different worlds at the exact same time.
And this distinction right here is absolutely crucial. See, we get ourselves into so much trouble when we try to apply the rules of the outer world, things like judgment, control, right and wrong, to our inner world. According to Sri Bhagavat-aya, these are two completely different realms, and they follow completely different laws.
Just let this metaphor really sink in for a moment. Your inner world, it's not some neat, orderly room you can just tidy up whenever you want. It's a wild, natural force. It's like a river. And here's the whole point. You can't stop a river by building a dam with your bare hands, right? You'll just get tired and swept away. Well, in the exact same way, your thoughts and your feelings, they're meant to flow through you. They actually cleanse themselves if you just let them pass on by. Okay, so if we're not supposed to fight the river, what in the world are we supposed to do? Well, the answer isn't a new action, but a completely new way of seeing. And this is the key of understanding.
The solution isn't another technique, it's not some complicated practice, it is simply pure thought, understanding. It's that profound but simple realization that internally, there's no problem to solve. The war ends the very moment you realize you never actually had to fight it. Here's another really beautiful metaphor to help this idea click. If you think of your inner world as the sky, then your emotions are just the weather.
Think about it. You don't fight the clouds, do you? You don't try to hold on to the sunny moments forever. You just understand. They come and they go, naturally. Sri Bhagavat-aya says our feelings are exactly the same. They show up on their own and they will disappear on their own if we just let them be.
So does this all mean we just become passive and do nothing? I mean, how does this inner acceptance actually translate into an effective life? Well, that's where we find wisdom that blossoms in action.
This one sentence is pretty much the core instruction for how to live this out. Live like a child internally, act like a sage externally. It sounds like a total paradox, but it is the elegant key to mastering both of those worlds we talked about. So here's how that works in real life. The inner child just accepts every feeling without any judgment. Nothing is wrong or bad. At the same time, the outer sage is navigating the world with wisdom and with purpose. The key is that the inner storm doesn't have to dictate your outer actions. They can be completely separate.
And this is how you stop that inner chaos from causing outer paralysis. It's simple. You make a clear, wise decision in the external world, and then, when those inevitable inner voices of doubt and what-ifs start popping up, you just treat them like passing clouds. You don't fight them, you just let them go, and stay focused on what you chose to do.
So, when you finally stop fighting that inner war, when you learn to live this way,
What's the ultimate result? What does it all lead to?
Now, this freedom isn't some mystical state you have to achieve after years and years of effort. No, it's described as our natural default state. It's what's left over the very moment we simply stop struggling.
And this is maybe the biggest paradox of all. You don't get peace, you don't achieve liberation, you just stop doing the things, the fighting, the resisting, the struggling, that are disturbing the peace that was already there all along. This is such a powerful image to hold on to. Our effort, our struggle, our desperate attempt to fix ourselves, that is the very force that's pulling the knot of our suffering tighter. The moment we stop pulling, the moment we just allow everything to be as it is, that knot naturally begins to loosen, all by itself.
And that's really the powerful question I want to leave you with. What if your natural state is already peace? And what if it's just been quietly waiting there, right underneath all the noise of the struggle this whole time? Thanks for joining this explainer.